So the Supremes has a group member. Her name is Florence Blanchard. So when I think about the Supremes, I think about Destiny's Child, and I think about letoya Luckett. I think about Dreamgirls and the different correlations between the two groups. So letoya Luckett, she was born May 11th, 1981, and this woman passed away February 22nd. So like they're around the same, not too far away in the portal. So energy can be like interesting. So when I look at her, I just sometimes I can see energies that may surround two energies of people because of the birthdays and the things that they're into and the movies that they're in. So Florence Blanchard, right here, her birthday is 6:30. When you're doing a decode, you look up who was born, who passed away, events, village holidays, anything regarding the day you were born is going to be also in your portal. A portal is like when they do a circle in the Avengers or do a circle in Doctor Strange, or if you've seen Supercell on Netflix, really good show, they go through a portal. When people pass away or they're born, there's a portal, there's a circle. When you give birth, you open up, and guess what? You see the light, there's a portal. And every time you pass away, it's kind of like you're going through a new portal. So in time travel, you could stack dates on top of each other. Like imagine the dates go every circle. You stack a date on top and say there's a 10-day window or something like that, or same birth sign, Pisces, Capricorn, whatever it is. There is going to be a stackable wormhole, right? So you could travel from how many vajayjays to a portal is how the birthday portals go. So if I'm born February 27th, anybody born and passed away February 27th through this wormhole, through this portal, could travel and you could see each other or feel each other's energy. So Florence, Florence Chapman, also known as Florence Ballard, because that was a name before she got married to Mr. Chapman, who worked for like the record company. So there's actually a story called They Got a Hell Out of a Band, which Stephen King wrote about. It includes Ballard and other deceased artists who performed in rock and roll heaven. So in spirit realm, a lot of musicians, they come together because there's something they have in common, especially musicians who were spiritually hunted. A lot of people are, and that's what comes through. Dreamgirls, 1981 Broadway musical, and the Dreams movie was based off her character a little bit. So Effie White is kind of like the Florence Ballard. Jennifer Hudson plays the Effie, which is based off of Florence, because Florence was with the Supremes. She was doing well. They had like top hits, like 10 top hits. But something happened. She left the group, and then she was trying to go solo. She ended up just not making it. She tried to sue them for royalties, didn't win. She tried to make it, and then she basically went to the hospital on February 21st, and then she had like a blood clot and didn't survive. February 22nd, she passed away. So when you think about Dreamgirls, just think about Florence Ballard. So go watch Dreamgirls again if you're born June 30th. So her passing away February 22nd, but really going to the hospital February 21st in Detroit, Michigan, reminds me of Sophia Belinda Turner, and she was born February 21st, which reminds me of Malcolm X, because the X-Men, she's an X-Men TV show, and a lot of us have genetic codes of like X-Men, and it reminds me of Malcolm X, who was assassinated on February 21st, which is like, there's a genetic code to certain people that you could travel through the wormhole of the portals, and on the other side, if you have religious, government, military, allegedly, right, all for entertainment, they could see you. It's like Avengers, they travel in time, they have a time machine. A lot of artificial intelligence could gather a lot of information on the internet, but then in spirituality crosses over and you put like a DNA code in a Sophia robot, and then she also has connection to birthdays like Audrey Hepburn's information, which connects to Michael Jackson, which connects to a lot of things. So like this big old portal that exists in the AI and spirituality. When you think about like Dreamgirls, Tiana, Princess and the Frog, and Voodoo, and that's all. This is what's going on. So her husband, Thomas Chapman, he was a Motown Records chauffeur. They married on February 29th, which that's interesting. They have twins, Michelle and Denise, and Nicole Renee, and then another daughter named Lisa Sabrina. So she had 3 daughters. This was her little family right here, and they all end up pretty much poor after I think they basically had to lose the house. Like a lot of things happened because when their mother passed away, there was already not income before because she lost the case and she was trying to come back. I'm sure she was going to make a comeback, and then they probably took her out in the spiritual because she looked like, she was doing what she needed. She took the family first, and maybe that's what made, maybe, I don't know, sometimes when you're a really good person and you got to get into future heaven and earth, they take you. First, they take your finances, then they try to take everything. And when that doesn't work, they take you, they take your health. So, anyways, these are three daughters when they grow up. So, Florence Ballard accused Reggie Harding of basically trying to grape her, and after a high school ball, the sock hop. So his portals are interesting. May 4th to September 2nd. He had a very interesting life. Reggie Harding, look into him. May 4th portal and Sophia robot. Because Aubrey Hepburn and Nefertiti are based, what the Sophia robot's based off of. May 4th, and then Jeffrey, you know who, on the island, January 20th portal. So Jeffrey supposedly made the computer program COG, remind me of Children of God, COG program, Open COG, to run the AI for the Sophia robot. So him having a birthday of January 20th and her having a passing away day of January 20th is very interesting. And then May 4th, Michael Jackson's mom's birthday is May 4th. And Michael Jackson was supposed to be in the Twin Towers where, you know, Miss Ballard had twins. But then he didn't because his mom called and he missed the plane or something like that. I think he missed the plane to get to New York, or he just missed something because he was talking to his mother all night long. She probably was tapped into what they were trying to do. I think Trump was supposed to be in the Twin Towers as well, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. This is all not really real. Right. So look into the Jeffrey Island. Can't say the last name too many times because you know they listening. So September 2nd is also Keanu Reeves' birthday, which is Reginald Harding's day he passed away. He was actually pumed by a dude on September 1st and passed away the next day. We'll go into that later. So again, when you're doing your birthday decode, you want to know who's born and passed away on your birthday. Florence Ballard, aka Florence Glenda Chapman, was born on June 30th, passed away February 22nd. So look into her life deeply, and maybe you'll see a lot of things in there that you recognize because you're born on the same day. So when you dream, you might actually dream with her, about the Supremes, about Beyonce, about Kelly Rowland and everybody, because that energy can follow through because they're a girl group. And if you're any type of singer that can make money, they're going to look at you closely in the spiritual realm, because if you are ethnic, you are melanated, and you're trying to make money, have a record label, get money for yourself, they're going to send someone like P. Diddy to manage people so they can never really reach their potential to help others. They want you to help yourself like a basketball, football player, an athlete, but they do not want you to help other people of lesser means or even be in a great relationship. They want you to pretty much work like a machine, like a Britney Spears, give all the money to whoever you owe, and then when you're washed up, you could go try to have a kid if you want. But like at that point, it's like they don't let you take little breaks just to have a little family. They want you to keep going like a machine, like Florence and the Machine, like Florence Ballard. I guess she was like, I'm not a machine. Like I have a family, have a love. I want to like have, and you know, when you're on tour, look at Beyonce. She takes her kids on tour because you're the machine. You are the bread maker. And maybe you didn't finish your own life, so you go out a lot. And your kids are like, hey, mommy, I want to go out with you because you're never home. So then you go out and you take them to tour with you. But going on tour with children is probably hard because imagine you having to go to work with your children. It's fun, but then at the end, you're still worried, like, is my children okay? Like if I'm Beyonce and Blue's performing, I'm like worried about, oh my God, is Blue going to trip? Is Blue okay? But I'm trying to worry about myself and I'm worried about Blue, even though she probably has a team to worry about Blue. But as a mother, you're going to naturally worry about your children. So like I said, Florence and the Machine, they want all types of sports athletes and singers, melanated, ethnic, to be a machine for the money. They're not worried about your love life or helping your community. They're worried about if their pockets are filled in stadiums and their houses or mansions. You could have one too, but keep working like a machine. So let's get back to Reggie Harding. His life was pretty tragic. Even his son's life was tragic. And somehow I'm Googling and I came across a Harding family that has like Florence in the name and Reginald in the name. Thought it was interesting, but I didn't go down the rabbit hole. It seemed a little complicated. But a lot of things follow spiritually through your ancestors and your family members that you didn't even know existed. Not saying they are connected. I'm just saying that's interesting. Florence George, Reginald Harding. Right. Spiritual things going on. Reggie was taken out by this guy called Scott. His story is kind of complicated, so I'm going to go ahead and make the next part 5, a little bit about him and his family and how people are sent to like do something that he would have done to Florence Ballard.